What is going on, gamers? Aevatrex here, and today I'm going to be showing you some Infernal Summit victories and how it looks, how everything goes down. Now, if you have a Demogorgon is a really good hero to have for this, but is it necessary? He's not necessary. He's just really good to have. Really, any of the dragons is really good in this. Demogorgon, you can use Artica. Moltanica is also really good. So if you have any of the dragons, you want to use them because they are super good. Now the other ones, they're pretty obvious choices are Pumpkin Duke, Cupid, Valentina's. You need buffs. Without buffs, you're not gonna get anywhere with this. Lil Nick is actually also really good for clearing out the waves, so long as you can keep him alive. Just keep in mind that Lil Nick is a little bit fragile, so keep that in mind. Other things that you want is everybody to have at least one AVR in each corner. That's going to be super important to make sure that the boss and the demons stay silenced. Of course, Eye of Garuda is going to be super important. And another one that is it's an option you don't necessarily have to use, but it's certainly an option, and it helps more on the demon than anything else, and that is going to be scatter heroes. Now if you're using Golem, it might not work out that well just because Golem would feed them energy, but if you can keep that demon from proccing, because really the problem with the demon isn't so much the demon itself as far as like the damage that the demon will deal to you. The problem is that the demon is a deflect demon, so it's more of the damage that you're going to do to yourself. So if there's a Pumpkin Duke stacking somewhere else and that demon procs, you're going to kill yourself within seconds, maybe a second flat. So that's you know, something that you have to keep in mind. Other heroes like Medusa, Trixie Treat, they can be very beneficial. Phantom King for making sure that the energy stays down, and also sniping potential waves from far away. This is the base design that we have at the moment. So it's kind of like a square with a few entrances at the corners. It works rather well. One thing that you have to make sure of is that your bases, and if you're going to use towers, the towers are completely leveled up, like completely. I believe it's the maximum is like level 25, because the last boss, when he procs, he does a massive amount of damage, and a lot of times it clears out pretty much all of the buildings in the area. So if they're really low level, you're just gonna get a failure just because your buildings were not able to withstand the damage, and the range is huge. Like, it is huge. So you want to make sure that a lot of people forget to level up their Infernal Summit buildings, the hero bases, the towers, and really you really should not do that, because unless you're in need of HP, you should always keep something leveling up. It's to the point really that you should have everything maxed out. And if you don't, make sure that you go in there and start leveling up, especially the hero bases. That's the most important thing. Now you see there all those misses and how far it goes. Imagine if you didn't have a Demogorgon and those weren't misses. That was actually doing damage. That would have been a lot of damage, and maybe it would have maybe left us with just a few buildings left. So that's why it's really important to have them leveled up. Outside of that though, even if you have a great team composition, even if you have everything perfectly the way that you wanted to have it, at the end of the day, it really comes down to, are these waves going to be beneficial for you? Because if you get waves that are not favorable to you, you're gonna lose pretty much. If that demon, for instance, if that demon comes in from one side while that side is being distracted by something else, and that demon gets to proc, it doesn't matter what you have, you're pretty much dead. Also, almost forgot to mention, an Aries or two in this is actually really good, because once you get to the demon or the last boss, this is going to be very beneficial. So here you get a closer look at what you have as far as the quote-unquote final bosses in this, and these are not so much the issues as much as the first demon, that deflect demon. I think that the deflect demon is really the biggest issue, because with this, so long as you have an Artica, Moltanica, Demogorgon, and Pumpkin Duke, maybe an Aries, etc., you can deal with those pretty easily. But yeah, let me know if you use different heroes and how you guys are doing so far. Thank you guys for watching, and until later.